It's time. Let's review it. First things first, look at Watchcat. Goyo Guardian's getting reprinted in this. Nice. Where's Watchcat? Alright. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand during your end phase. If this card is special summoned, you can vanish this card, set one continuous spell from your deck. Ooh! This card might be good. This card has this card has a lot of potential. There's a lot of good continuous traps. Like, for instance, Amazons want the continuous trap. Lots of things want continuous traps. I'm assuming, and this is also supporting something in this archetype. But this is definitely a card to watch out for. This is a good card. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the Infernity cards for last. See Stealth Attack? Yeah, exactly. Continuous cards. Get lots of good continuous spells. So Goyo Guardian is obviously good. It's also in Selection Box level 3. It's only able to be used in things like Psychic Wielder and stuff like that, and like magnets. But obviously it's very good. 2800 steal a card. Demise King of Armageddon. You can special summon this card with End of the World. You can pay 2,000 life points, destroy all other cards in the field. Seems pretty good. It's level 8, but it's a ritual card, so we'll see. You can special summon this card with Ritual End of the World. So, okay, so you have multiple cards that you can summon with End of the World. That makes it a lot better, but rituals are still bad. When this attacking card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack. Only a second attack for 2,300 for an 8. This card's horrible. This card is absolute fucking ass. Selection Box level 3. Oh, level 3? Volume 3 is what I meant. Ain't coming for the rest of the year. Oof. When this card is normal summoned, Simorg, Burg of Beginning. You can add one Simorg card. Okay, it looks like this must be a archetype from your deck to your hand, except for Simorg, Bird of the Bringing. If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent controls no cards in their spell or trap zone, you can special summon this card in defense position. But banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except for Wing Beast monsters. You can only use this effect of Simorg, Burg of Beginning once per turn. Okay, so I don't know how Simorg cards are, but Wing Beast archetypes, Dragonities and Blackwings already. Why you ask? Because turn 2 Advanced Ritual Art sent Blue Eyes summon, Demise blow up everything, Silver Scribe Blue Eyes back, OTK. That's true. Seems pretty interesting. Can this be summoned with Advanced Ritual Art? Yep, it's not you can only summon, so you can. That's true. This card is much better. This card is horrible. This card should not be a UR. This card should be a normal. This card's a piece of shit. But, I don't know what the other Simorg cards are, but anything that special summons itself back is going to be pretty good anyway. TCG players say Blue Eyes OTK was discussing, really. While face up on the field, this card is also Wind Attribute. You can only... obviously it's going to use something with Wind Attribute then. You can only use each of this effect with Simorg once per turn. If you tribute a Dark or Wind monster, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If it was there when the monster was tribute summoned. Interesting. So, tribute summoning support. Or hand, even if not. That's nice. When a spell trap card is activated, quick effect, you can tribute one winged beast monster, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Good card. Very good card here. When at BlueEyesWhiteDuelist, he's a bad card. He goes in on that card. Yeah, it just pisses me off. It's like, why you release bad cards as URs? It makes me angry. Well, they think that when they have 1,000 OTKs, I actually have that End of the World for real, like in real life. Interesting. The Weather Painter Snow. When this card is normal summon, you can place one The Weather spell. That's obviously another archetype that's coming. This card seems interesting. Yeah, my girlfriend subbed. When this card, you can only use the effect of the Weather Painter Snow once per turn. Once per turn, during the standby phase of after this card is banished from the field, to activate the Weather card's effect, you can special summon this banished card. Okay, obviously this is going to be really good if the weather is good. Play as an outrage when a card is bad. Well, it's just not. It's just dumb, because if you get a UR, you shouldn't get some garbage trash like this Ruin Queen of Oblivion, you know? Weathers look epic, do they? This is a good card. This is a really, really good card. Being able to search a weather spell or trap. DK said the weather can be top tier. Really? Interesting. Too bad I've invested in children already. AI? I mean, FBI, it's him. It's this guy right here. X-Saber Arabellum. If this card attacks, it inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct attack. Discard one card from your opponent's hand. Piece of garbage. Absolute trash. Pack filler. This should be a normal card. I'm offended that this is UR. This is horrible. This is horrible. These cards should not be URs. Ribbon of Rebirth. During the end phase, if the equipped monster was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard this turn, special summon it from the graveyard to your side of the field. Also doesn't seem very good. DK also said Mayakashi could be top tier. I don't listen to him anymore. Yeah. Yeah. He top tier Mayakashis. No, not even close. Ribbon of Rebirth seems okay. This card is trash, this card is trash, this card is okay. This will probably be good if the weathers are good. This card seems pretty good, and we're gonna look at the Infernities at the end. The X-Saber should be an R at best. Honestly, shouldn't even be an R. This is an absolute freaking horrible effect. He literally admitted when Witchcrafters came out he misfired. That's true. So Duel Links is just broken right now. Yeah, he did. Naturia Barkion, very good card. Another level 6 tuner that requires Earth. Another good card. Samoric Burg of Beginning. Here's another Samoric card. When this card is normal summon, you can activate this effect. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon one Samoric monster in addition to the normal summon set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Very good effect. If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent controls no cards in their spell or trap zone, you can special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. Alright, so this archetype seems to be revolved around tributing, and Samoric Bird of Beginning is a way to tribute, so top tier X-Saber, probably not. There was a loop with Ribbon. That doesn't surprise me, but this seems like good tribute fodder stuff. Odd Eyes Saber Dragon. If this card is in your hand, you contribute one light monster. Send one Odd Eyes Dragon from your hand, deck, or your side of the field to the graveyard. If you do, special summon this card. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls. So you'd have to run Odd Eyes. It's not worth it. You might need to switch games after this review. Duel Links is actually not working right at all right now. Sick. What was the joke? The top tier X-Sabers? Yeah, of course. This card seems bad. Watch Cat, very, very good card. Curse Fig, when this card is destroyed by battle and sends to the graveyard, target 2 First of all, Cursed Fig. Love it by the art itself. Look at the art. Well, this card is in the graveyard. Those set cards cannot be activated. Not a very good card, but want to play Cards Against Humanity after this chat? I don't know. The X-Saber Trap is great, interesting. Curse Fig seems kind of bad. Infernity Launcher, we're looking at Infernities all at the same time. Samorg Onslaught. Discard one Wing Beast monster, add 2. This can be put, you can use this with Harpy's Hunting Ground. That's the first thing that's coming to mind with the Samorgs. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal one Wing Beast monster in your hand. If you do, reduce the levels of a monster in your hand with that name by 1 for the rest of the turn, even after they are summoned. Interesting, so that, if there's a 5-star, that will let him summon with none. Yeah, Cursed Fig. This artwork is hilarious. But this is obviously a good card. This is a neutral card searcher, so obviously this is going to be really good if Samorg's good. The Weather Snowy Canvas, the weather effects, this is a continuous spell, so it can be trapped out. Is this just a continuous? Yeah. So, this is only continuous spells, so Watch Cat can search this. The weather effect monsters in your main monster zones of this card's column and its adjacent columns gain this effect. You can banish. So this first effect doesn't matter as long as you put it in the middle. You have to put the Snowy Canvas in the middle. But, quick effect, add 1 the weather card from your deck. You can banish this card, add 1 weather card from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot add cards from your deck to your hand for the rest of this turn except by drawing them. You can only add... Alright, so this is just a searcher. So, it's a searchable searcher, so that seems very good. Is it just called... Is it literally just called Magical Something? The Weather Thundery Canvas. The weather effect monsters in your main monster zones of this card's column and its adjacent columns gain this effect at the start of the damage step. If this card battles an opponent's monster, it gains that effect. You can banish this card. return that opponent's monster to the hand. That's pretty good. Magical something. Sounds very dumb. Okay, so these two cards seem good. Mystic Mine is in the box too. No, thank you. Go Tom's Emergency Call. If a face-up X-Saber monster is on the field, target 2 X-Saber monsters in your graveyard. Special summon both of them to your field. Well, it's a double monster reborn, but you have to be playing Escorts. You have to be playing X-Sabers, so garbage. Saber Hole. Activate only if you control a face-up X-Saber monster. Negate the summon of a monster and destroy it. Again, you have to be playing X-Sabers. Garbage. Alright, here's some more. So, does this Cycle of the World, End of the World? So these require different spell cards. So, 4-star ritual monsters tend to be bad. We'll see. You can ritual summon this card with Cycle of the World. This card names becomes Demise, King of Armageddon, while it's in the hand of the field. If this card is ritual summoned, destroy 1 face-up monster on the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 ritual monster you control. While it's face-up on the field, on your field, the opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your ritual monster's effects. Okay, not really that good. I'll send the X-Sabers to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, they need to be sent to the freaking garbage can, because they're horrible. Mini Demise, not that good. I don't know if there's any reason for it to be treated as that name. Thinks BlueEyesWhiteDuelist says garbage and actually good every time. I mean, there's garbage, usable, and actually good. If this card, Cycle of the World, you probably won't even be running that card. This card's name becomes Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, while in the hand or on the field. Which, the normal card is just absolutely horrendous. It can make up to 2, if this card is ritual summon, it can make up to 2 attacks with 1700, 2 attacks on monsters. Sick. That wouldn't even 1-turn kill. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 ritual monster you control while it's face up on the field. Your opponent cannot activate a card's effect. Ritual monsters declare an attack. Both of these are bad. Can't activate response in ritual. Combo with the new board cleared guy. Yeah, first of all, what's up, Bro Morin? That's definitely what you're supposed to do, but you have to be running Cycle of the World in order to get this. So, at best, this card is a 4-star brick that you use to tribute summon this guy. Has loads of IQ, even though he says he doesn't. Thank you. I try. I only say I have low IQ when I do something dumb. Infernity Randomizer, another Infernity card. We're looking at Samorg Burn of Calamity. When this card is normal summon, you can send 1 Samorg card from your deck to the graveyard. That's very good, because all of the Samorg cards so far can do things in the graveyard, so this is already, this card is worth running. Unless it has a downside, let's read it. If this card is in your graveyard, and your opponent controls no monsters in the spell or trap zone, no cards, rather. You can special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, yeah, this card's very good. These Samorg cards seems good, not gonna lie. Samorg Bird of Protection. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 card in your opponent's spell or trap zone, return it to hand. 1400 Bouncer. If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent controls... Okay, they can all special summon. Does anyone know the prices of the new shop sale? No. Sorry. Except for Wing Beast monsters for the rest of this turn, except for... Dude, this is going to be good with Harpies, I'm telling you. With Harpy Dancer and Swallow's Nest, because Swallow's Nest can allow you to pull any of these Wing Beast. That's going to be the first deck I'm going to try, is this Samorg deck with Harpy Dancer and Harpy's Hunting Ground. Odd Eyes Dragon. Wasn't this already in the game? If this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard and inflict damage, this card's horrible. Performapal Skeeter Skimmer. Look at this! It's a mosquito with a top hat. Top tier card art. When this card is face-up attack position, target for attack, you can change this card to face-up defense position. If you do, negate the attack. Interesting. So it's kind of just like a staller. Skeeter Skimmer. Swordfish. If this card is normal or special summon, all monsters your opponent controls lose 600 attack and 600 defense. If you special summon a monster while you control this card, all monsters your opponent control... That seems bad. Yeah, we have Odd Eyes, by the way. Yeah. That's what I thought. Seems bad. Performapal Thunder Rhino. Monsters your opponent control cannot target face-up Performapal monsters for attacks except this one. So you can do a lock on this, but it only has 200 attack. If a Performapal Pal card you would control, except for Performapal Pal Thunder Rhino, it will be destroyed by card effect. All this card is in your graveyard, banish this instead. Good protection effect, but that doesn't matter because all the Performapal Pal cards seem bad. Performapal Pal Friend Donkey. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Performapal Pal monster from your hand or graveyard. Obviously the best Performapal Pal monster, and it's supposed to go with Swordfish, but I mean, not worth it. Yeah, Odd Eyes seems trash. When this is normal summon, you can special summon one Performapal Pal monster from your hand, but it has its effects negated to the end of the turn. Worst Friend Donkey. The Weather Painter Sun. Alright, here's more weather cards. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one face-up continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard. Special summon this card in defense position. If you do, you place one The Weather spell trap from your hand face-up in your spell trap zone. Which, okay, so that card allows you to activate continuous traps instantly, so keep that in mind. You can only use this effect of the Weather Painter Sun once per turn. Once per turn during the standby phase, after this card was banished from the field, to activate the weather card's effect, you can special summon this banished card. Alright, seems interesting. You can instantly summon a continuous spell, but as of now we've only seen 2 of the weather continuous spells. The Weather Painter Thunder, you can spend one fate of blah blah blah. Place the weather spell trap from your deck face up in your spell trap zone. Ooh, that's good. You can cycle and search for continuous traps here. You can only use the effect of the Painter Thunder once per turn. Once per turn during the standby phase, the turn this is banished from the field to activate the weather card's effect. It has I think everything shares that effect, but we haven't seen any of the weather cards that banish things to do it, except for the one, except for this one, because you can banish that card to return something back to the hand. Which is good, disruption. During your main phase, you can special summon one monster for hire. Oh, more for hire support? Weird. Special summon one monster for hire from your hand, except for Philo. I mean, obviously that's very good. If a monster for hire is special summoned to your side of the field while you control this monster, you can target one monster for hire in your graveyard, special summon in defense position, but place it in the bottom deck if it leaves the field. That's a very, very, very good card. That is a lot of support, because that can summon 2 for hires. So it all just depends on the power level of for hires. Kawaki Maru too. Kawaki Maru is going to continue being bad until they unlimit Iron Core. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send one Iron Core of Kawaki Maru from your hand to the graveyard and reveal one warrior type monster from your hand. This card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. It can attack again once in a row. Horrible. Hunter Owl. Nice. Good card art. This card gains 500 attack for each wind monster you control. While you control another face-up wind monster, your opponent cannot select this card as an attack target. Bad. Cycle of the World. Okay, this is the ritual card for the bad 4 stars. This card is used to ritual summon Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, or Demise, King of Armageddon. You must also tribute summon. Blah blah blah. During your main phase, except for this turn, this card is sent to the graveyard. You can shuffle this card into the deck and add one End of the World from your deck to your hand. You can add one Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, or Demise, King of Armageddon. Alright, good searcher. Hydrate, thank you. My mouth is getting dry from talking. Good searcher, this might be used in a Lightsworn engine. The Weather Cloudy Canvas. You can splash Demise in Megaliths. That's true. But that means you have to be playing Megaliths. Phantom Kyber would love to hear that. The weather effect monsters in your main monster zone. Blah blah blah. That's what it always does. And columns adjacent. You can banish this card, which that means not the continuous spell, but the card in your zone. And target one face-up monster on the field, except during the damage type. Quick effect. Have its current attack for the rest of the turn, but it can directly. Ooh, interesting. So maybe there are some OTKs here. This seems like the worst weather card so far, though. Like the canvas, the other canvases seem better. Core Overclock. All face-up Kawaki Maru monsters you control gain 500 attack once per turn. During your main phase, you can discard one Iron Core of Kawaki Maru, and all face-up Kawaki Maru monsters gain 1,000 attack. Not going to be worth it. You need your Iron Cores. I agree, Demise is going to help Ritual decks a lot, but I just don't think that Ritual decks are going to be fast enough. Because it'll be a good win condition for them, but for Form of Hell Revival, trash, not even looking at it. 80k if I have enough patience to build the weather. I'm not sure how you were supposed to be doing it, but I'll try it whenever it comes out. When opponent's monster declares a direct attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, add up to 2 Perform Upon monsters from your deck to your hand, whose total level is equal to the attack of the targeted monster, whose total defense is lesser. This is bad, and you cannot summon monsters from the extra deck. Garbage, trash, ass. Both of these cards are horrible. X-Saber, not even looking at it. Simorg, Bird of Divinity. This looks like the boss monster. This card cannot be special summon. Interesting. If you tribute summon this, all tributes must be win. Each player takes 1,000 damage during each of their end phases. Damn. While this card remains face up on the field. It's a symmetrical lava golem effect. Well, this card, the damage is increased by 500 for each spell or trap the player controls. Weird. Ritual decks have never been that good. The last Ritual deck was Vindred, and the deck was tier 3. Dude, X-Saber's just horrible. X-Sabers are just garbage trash. This is interesting. I'm not sure about the double-sided lava golem effect, but we'll see. You can search it. You can play one of and search it to finish people off. So, why even give us Performapals and not give us the main 3? What are the main 3? Because all of these are shit, garbage ass. Donpa Marksman for hire, this already exists. I enjoy seeing you going mad at trashy X-Sabers. He's just horrible. They're just so bad. Ooh, a double X-Saber. Maybe it's not bad then. Because double X-Sabers seem like they could be good. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 4 lower X-Saber monster from the deck. This would be good if X-Sabers weren't all horrible. During your main phase, you can special summon one for hire monster from your hand, except for Donpa. If a monster for hire is special summoned to your side of the field while you control this monster, you can target one face-up card on the field, destroy it. Ooh, that's good. Hates bad cards. Yeah, it's just, it annoys me. Why bother putting bad cards in the game? Why bother putting all this trash? Like, all these Performapals, useless pack filler, absolute garbage. Like, these are just watering down the good cards you could get from packs. Recon, Scout for Hire, obviously is pretty good, because the for hires are good. Key Mouse. This is a tuner. This box is so garbage. I'm not sure. The Simorg and the Weathers might be good, but the Rituals are horrible. And I also haven't looked at the Infernities yet, keep that in mind. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 3 or lower Beast-type monster from your deck to your hand. A Beast Searcher. Mayhem Friar. Target one for hire monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Very, very good, obviously. But all of that depends on the power of for hire decks, since they're limited. Maybe there's some support. The only support that I see so far, unless this is also a reprint, is this one, and this is actually really good, this Messenger for hire. Not even talking about that. Spike Eagle. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control. It inflicts piercing damage. 900, 2-star with piercing damage. Don't make me laugh. Stamp Turtle. Once per turn, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field. Increase their levels by 1. Absolute trash. This is a level 4, 100 attack. Yeah, oof. Simorg might be good. We'll see. If you control 2 or more Performapal cards, you won't be doing that. You can tribute 1 Performapal monster, you're not going to be doing that either. Once per turn during your main phase, this is Barney, keep in mind. Hat Trick, Trip Clown, Skullbat Joker, I don't know it. Oh, sweet, thank you. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was normal or special summon, you can send 1 Odd Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. This main becomes the set monster Odd Eyes support randomly. Performapal Life Swordsman. This does not fit in the aesthetic of the other cards at all. When your opponent gains life points, freaking Arrowmage tech card. So basically, literally every single Performapal card has been absolutely useless trash. Send one level 5 Performer Pal monster you control, not gonna happen. The Weather Painter Rain. You can place the Weather Spell Trap face up in your Spell Trap zone. Good card. You can only use the effect of the Weather Painter Rain once per turn. Good card. This card will be good. I mean, Performer Pals, they seem... The aesthetic is cool, but all of these are fucking horrible. This box seems not very good so far. When the Weather card you control is spent to the graveyard, you can target 2 with the Weather spell traps in your graveyard, place them in your spell trap card. This is recovery, but I don't think you're going to want to run this. I think this will be too slow. Did you know there's an Arrow Mage Link monster? I did not. Helmsman for hire? Is this a reprint? During your main phase, you can special summon one monster for hire from your hand. If a monster for hire is special summoned to your field, you control this monster. You can discard one card for hire, draw one card. Very, very, very good. So the 2 for hires they've added seem to be both very good. Bravo, fighter for hire. He was a reptile. Alright. I don't know why he's for hire, but is a reptile. Just did a quick search of all the weather cards in this box. Infernity is the only thing I'm fishing for out of this box. During your main phase, special summon one for hire from your hand. This has got 1900 attack. If a monster for hire is special summoned to the field while you control a monster, you can have all monsters for hire on the field currently gain 500 attack. Seems pretty good. It's a 1900 beater that special summons another one. It only has 1 or 2 SRs. I think I can pull it off. This is if they're proven to be good. Well, you'll see me doing it tomorrow. X-Saber, not looking at it. Helios, the card isn't here. Poison Mummy, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Pack Filler. This card is cinch your graveyard, increase your opponent's life point by 1,000 points. Don't get it. Bad reaction to Samachi, maybe? When this card is destroyed and sends the graveyard by battle, both players take 500 damage. Stall might actually use this because it's a decent body. Normal monsters. The End of the World. Here's the Ritual Summon card. It's literally just... You will never play this card. This card will never be played. The Ruin will almost always be special summoned by other things. This card is bad. Breaking of the World. Once per turn, you can target one ritual monster you control. Show one ritual monster in your hand until the end of this turn. The level of the shown ritual monster becomes the targeted monster's level until the end of this turn. Bad. Once per turn, if Ruin Queen of Oblivion, Demise King of Armageddon is ritual summoned to your field. Oh, this is a field spell. This is a field spell? That's better than... I didn't realize that. You can activate one of these effects, draw one card, destroy one card of the field. Alright. Interesting. This field spell seems pretty good. Illusion Balloons. If a monster is destroyed by battle this turn, while you controlled it, excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. Well, this review is just BlueEyesWhiteDuelist roasting the majority of the cards in the box. Well, then maybe they shouldn't release such garbage cards if they don't want me to roast them. Performer Pal support, trash. Reveal any number of Performer Pal monsters, don't. The weather effect monsters in your main... Okay, it's the same thing as the column thing. You can tribute that target if you do special summon the weather monster from your graveyard, or hand or graveyard, but not with the same name as the tributed monster. You're probably not going to be running Sunny Canvas or Rain Canvas. It's just level duplication in a spell. Except for it does allow you, it's a ritual, it allows you to draw a card and destroy a card, so it could be good. But I mean, you have to be specifically running the Ruin cards, and there's only one that's any good. Magical Star Illusion. If your opponent controls a monster and you control as many or fewer opponents, monsters on the field currently gain attack equal to the combined levels of all the monsters their controller controls times 100. There's probably some OTK thing that could happen with this. Smile World. All face-up monsters on the field gain 100 attack for each monster currently on the field until the end of this turn. Trash. Last minute cancel. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, will you control an attack position monster? Change all monsters you control to defense position. For the rest of this turn, return the... Oh, it's Performer Pal. I was like, that's bad. Smile World is garbage. What's up, Lord Fresh? We're almost done with the box review. We're going to look at the Infernities then. Oh, here's another canvas. Then it has the column effect. When When exactly one card is added to one player's hand, which basically all of the weathers search like that, you can banish this card. Banish the added card. If you do, that player draws one card. That seems bad too. You use that card. What card? Smile World. Trash. Call of the Grave. Your opponent activates Monster Reborn. Negate the effect of Monster Reborn. Don't need to tell you. We don't have Monster Reborn in the game. So, yeah. Call of Darkness. Don't have Monster Reborn in the game. Monster and clicks send the top card of their deck to the graveyard. Horrible. Robin Zombie. Garbage. Other than that, his deck was pretty busted for the anime. Really? X-Saber Axel. Not even bothering. Koaki Maru. It's a reprint. Koaki Maru. Reprint. Reprint. Storming Worm. Once per turn, you contribute one wind monster, except this card is special summon one wind monster from your hand. The wind monster special summoned by this effect is destroyed. Storming Abyss is removed from your side of the field. Storming Wind, rather. Odd Eyes Raging and the Rebellion Dragon are too good for the anime. Really? I've never heard of it. I've had 5 Vagabonds continuously showed up in the worlds. Really? Lucky. Each time a Wing Beats monster on your side of the field is destroyed, this card gains 500 attack. Trash. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can select one level 3 or lower beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast type monster that's removed from play, added to your hand. Probably trash. Training for Hire for all your training needs. If you control a face-up for hire monster you control is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can target one of those monsters, special summon one for hire from your deck, whose level is lower than the original target's level. Limit Impulse, send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard. They summon 2 soul tokens. They cannot be tributed except for a tribute summon. Seems bad. Alright. Let's try the Infernity. Yeah, this box is not very good. I gotta say. Does not seem very good. But let's look at the Infernity stuff. Infernity Archfiend, here's the UR that we didn't look at. So, as of now, the weather does not seem tiered at all. I don't understand why he thinks that the weather is tiered. Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't seem very good. But when you draw this card, if you have no other cards in your hand, you can reveal this card, special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Infernity monster from your deck to your hand. You must have no cards in your hand. I mean, that's good if you have no cards in your hand, but if you have no cards in your hand, you're probably losing, so... Bad box, auto skip if you don't win Infernity. I don't even know if the Infernity is going to be worth it. Infernity Launcher, once per turn, you can send 1 Infernity monster from your hand to the graveyard. Send this card to the graveyard. And target up to 2 Infernity monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them if you have no cards in your hand. Seems okay. Reading the weather cards, I don't IDK but why. They're pretty cool thematically. This card's okay, this card's okay. Hydrate, thank you, brother. Alright, once per turn, while you have no cards in your hand, you can draw 1 card and reveal it. For a monster card drawn with this effect, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level of that monster times 200. For a spell or trap card, you take 500 damage. The effect damage doesn't really matter. I think the draw is what you're going to want to be searching for, but again, this is underwhelming. This is probably my favorite card art in this box, though. The Skeeter Skimmer. Alright, the Infernities don't even seem very good either. Am I missing any? Alright, this box seems bad, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't seem like it's as bad as the last box. But that's just because the last box was like the worst box they could possibly release. Every single card in it's completely unplayable. I think the Infernity cards we got are pretty good, because we don't need boss monsters and strong effects, because we have that in the new Synchro Infernity break. We just need consistency. Yeah, fair enough. I'll try an Infernity deck, but I haven't seen the other, I don't know what the other Infernity support cards are, so that's why. Those 2 cards do increase consistency quite a bit. Adds a lot of draw power. Goyo Guardian's really good. Alright. Here's my overall thoughts. Samorg's interesting. Both Samorgs and the Weathers are interesting to me. I think I'm a little bit more interested in Samorgs, but the Weathers might be good. Activating trap cards directly from your deck is always pretty good. Yeah, and we're also getting Infernity cards with the new Callan, so Samorg is Harpy support in disguise. It really is, because it requires no spell and trap cards, so you just want to dance on them. You dance on the spell and traps, and then you use the Samorg stuff. So I'm interested in that. Watchcat is probably the single strongest card in this box. There's a lot of shit. Thank you. You're welcome, guys. Anytime. Yeah. I would probably skip this box. Why is Watchcat good? You can special summon it if you control no monsters, and it's a searcher for continuous spells. So it's good with continuous spells. Infinity Barrier we're getting, look that card up. Is that a, yeah, but it sets it? Oh, that's true. It's in the it sets it in the in phase? Yep, it's the fact that it sets it makes it a lot worse. So, never mind, this card is actually much worse than I thought it was. Skip unless you want Infernity, nothing really cog-worthy. It seems Samorg might